Now, let's begin the Chapter 1, Introduction to the Microprocessor and the Computer. First, this is the objectives of this chapter. In this chapter, first we will briefly introduce the history of the computer. Second, we will learn how to convert between binary, decimal, and hexadecimal numbers. Then we will explain the difference between a bit, a nibble, a byte, a word, and a double word. Then we will give some precise mathematical definitions of the terms kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, and terabyte. And the last part, we will differentiate and represent numeric and alphabetic information such as integers, BCD, and ASCII data. Now, the first part of this chapter is the historic background. You know, the idea of a computing system is not new. It has been around long before the modern electric and electronic devices were developed. The idea of calculating with a machine dates to 500 BC. You know, the ancient people invented the abacus. Here is the abacus. This is the first mechanical age calculator. When I was very young, in primary school, I knew how to use the abacus, but now I forget everything. If you know how to use it, you can teach me. Thank you. And this one is the first general-purpose programmable electronic computer system developed in 1946. The huge machine we called the ENIAC, Electronic Numeric Integrator and Calculator. The short name is the ENIAC. So the ENIAC is the first general-purpose programmable electronic computer system. And here, some other computers. Please memorize the first general-purpose computer, ENIAC. And others you can read after the course. And here are all the others computers. Now, the first microprocessor developed at Intel Corporation in 1971. The 4004 microprocessor is the first microprocessor. This is a 4-bit microprocessor developed at Intel Corporation in 1971. And after that, there developed many other microprocessors. You can see. Next, let's discuss something about the program advancements. You know, the first machine language. Machine language was constructed of ones and zeros using binary codes, stored in the computer memory system as a groups of instructions called a program. We should memorize this very famous mathematician, John von Neumann, the first modern person to develop a system to accept instructions and store them in memory. Computers are often called von Neumann machines in its honor. And later, other languages has been developed, you can see. Now let's focus on the microprocessor age. As we discussed before, the world's first microprocessor is the INT 4004. This is a 4-bit microprocessor in 1971. The first 8-bit microprocessor is the 8008. In our computer, we have 64-bit microprocessors. In our course, assembly language is based on the 32 microprocessors. It's 480486. After the brief introduction about the history of the computer, let's move to the second part of this chapter. The second part of this chapter is the microprocessor-based personal computer system. This part is very, very important. Please remember this diagram. This diagram is a microprocessor-based computer system. In any microprocessor-based computer system, there are three blocks. Microprocessor is the core part of the computer system. Second block is the memory system. Another is the I/O system. These three interconnected by the buses. First, what's a bus? The bus is a set of common connections that carry the same type of information. According to the different information which the bus can carry, we divided the bus into three types: data bus, control bus, and address bus. So first, in this part, memorize that in any microprocessor-based computer system, there are three blocks: microprocessor, memory system, and I/O system. These three parts interconnected by buses. There are three kinds of bus: data bus, control bus, and address bus. That's the first part of this chapter. Thank you.